like the old Marine motto, you adapt and overcome. That's very true in adjusting. Oh, I can work 100 files. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Hand me a file back in 48 hours, just one, and I'll give you more.
Guess who I ran into on the way to the optometrist's office? Everyone.
There's only one company that provides E&O and general liability insurance solely to the claims industry, and that's Kaplik. They even have drone and cyber coverages. Download the free guide all about the different kinds of insurance that you, as the adjuster, should carry at cplic.net/adjustertv.
So that happens. And that's how I get new people in. Now during large cat events, if they can show me the aptitude and where I can use them. Yes, I've used new people on events before in the past, and I will in the future, depending on how that person can perform. I watch them very, very close. We don't new people. We don't tend to load up. I hear every story imaginable. Oh, I can work 100 files. Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Handle these 7, and let's see how you do it. Well, I'm going to be, I can eat right through that. And, generally the people, I have people that are like, are you sure I can handle that? And I'm amazed at how quick they work through it. And then I have people that will sit there and brag about, I can do this. Okay. Hand me a file back in 48 hours, just one. I'll give you more. And how quickly that falls apart.
Yeah.
And 10 days later, I need that one file that I said that I needed back. Yeah, it happens. And so in every large event, there's always somebody that implodes. I've had seasoned people that will just, there's a lot of pressure and people don't realize it. And they'll just implode on the amount of pressure, just the sheer volume of work. Could be their burnout. There's a lot of extenuating factors that cause that. Or I get a new person that just is, I didn't expect this. Well, no, but this is adjusting. So you adapt to it. It's like the old Marine motto, you adapt and overcome. But that's very true in adjusting. So, and I've had new people that I wouldn't expect anything. Man, they shine just phenomenally bright.
Yeah.
And are still working to this day. So. And I've been in the business long enough where I have friends that their children are now adjusters, and they're better than their parents in some cases.
Right. They can type and.
Yeah, they just the quality work product is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, they had good teachers.
They had great teachers,
yeah.
And then we as the parents, they're looking back. My oldest son is 27, and just the work having them work circles around me is. I take pride in that. I'm competitive from a competitive standpoint, but I look back, I can't do that. Doesn't mean I won't try to keep up, but I'm getting older and can't do. But I'm really proud that they're
don't want to go that fast.
No, I want them to succeed. So
right. So last thing, for people that are, what kind of need does Cat Crew, Cat Pro? What are you guys looking for? If somebody's showing up and they've got a resume, who's the ideal person? What licenses, certifications, and things like that are you guys looking for?
So generally we're looking
serve you guys.
Yeah, so we look for adjusters that are licensed, and if you don't have, some states don't require licenses,
right?
And if you're not in a state that requires license, at least have a reciprocal license. Texas, Florida.
Yeah.
You look for those states that you can take that and reciprocate, because you can get a temporary license for most catastrophic events. And so you look for that. If I'm looking in specific states, I'm looking for adjusters that live not necessarily in population centers, but have access to them quickly and readily, because we get day work all the time. And I hate sending adjusters, 100 miles to one claim. It's just not.
Right.
But, we take care of the client, and, I do what I have to do, percentage-wise, or whatever I need to do to get that claim worked. And so, I look for people that have expertise. If I'm doing small daily assignment, these are people that generally have 3 or 4 plus years experience, maybe 7. If they're doing large and complex loss, then you're 7 to 10. You're going to have some experience. You just can't.
Right.
And generally, those adjusters that are managing the complex losses are actually going to use several other adjusters to go help them. They're big.
Sure.
And so when I'm looking for people, I look for that range. Do I have good field experience? Do I have I had policy and coverage experience? Have I reviewed files before? Because not only do I have the field side, but I have to have a review unit as well. And these are people that are looking at all the products that come back in. We're one of the companies, like many companies, we don't send product directly from the adjuster back to the client. We send it through a review process, look at every file, and then send it on to the client.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah, and we do it. You know, we try to keep it where we don't add time to the file. We build that into the time process.
Yeah. What's a path for somebody who wants to do more the desk side with you?
So, you know, the desk side, you don't have to have field experience, but you should have had some type of desk experience. If I have field people, you could have a few years, or, you know, that can be less. The desk side is a little easier to operate because you have to understand how to read scope. And if I can see that you can do that, there's a lot of estimators out there that actually know how to put estimates together that are very good. They just don't have a lot of policy experience. So you look at people like that and say, hey, they have that ability. They know how to build that estimate. And so that's somebody I'm going to look at for a desk pretty strong because they're more geared towards it. Now, they might want to go out in the field, sure, but I might talk you into staying in the desk just for a little bit, hone your craft before you go into the field.
Gotcha. I had a question around the tip of my tongue. What was it? Hold on, let me think. No, it's not coming to me.
So, you know, a lot of questions. Hey, how do I guarantee I'm going to get work? Again, there's no guarantees in any business. How I can mathematically increase my odds of always staying busy is I can make sure that I have lots of training. Remember, just when I finished my first school, understand I'm very new. We call you a greenhorn. You're very green. You don't know what you're doing. You've never practiced the craft. So the quickest way is either to go get and ride along with an adjuster or go back and seek additional training that's advanced from where you are. There's always advancement. And so, you know, do I go back and get an AIC? I've just got my license. Should I get my AIC or go in the field? Honestly, I would say go get into the field before you make the decision to become an AIC. Do I promote getting the AIC? You bet. AIC, CPCU, all those designates are good to have and make you that much more marketable. So if your goal is to become a seasoned senior adjuster, you want to get as much education as you possibly can.
Sure.
Most exposure to as many different things as you can.
And that takes being dedicated to, I'm all in, committed to this career, to this industry, because you can't, you know, half-ass a CPCU.
No, and the AIC is very extremely complex, and you know it's an associate in claims for a reason.
Yeah, and it's not like you know, I'm just going to go watch a few videos and whatever.
No, they are very much college level courses, and they take time. And I don't know very many AICs that have done it in less than a year. Have done it under a year. Yeah, most of them take a year or more.
Yeah, so. One last thing, actually. What about a need for team managers, team leads, field support, other roles outside of just like the direct claims handling, but people that support the claims handlers?
So there's always a need for people that can manage other people, manage teams. We look at team leads in the field. We look at team leads to manage the file review staff. You know, heck, I have team leads that manage me sometimes, so it's it. But there's always a need. Those people are more experienced, and you may have management outside the IA field that's still applicable in this industry, and so you may be weak in some other source. We can bring you up to speed pretty quick, and those other skill sets may apply. So don't if you're doing this as a second career or a third or fourth career even, you know, there's valuable skill sets that you're going to bring from whatever line of business you were in before. So you utilize them.
Yeah. So a real quick thanks to NACA for sponsoring this part of the video and for supporting Adjuster TV. You know, we're getting close to conference season for our industry, and now is really the time to think about getting your tickets to the National Association of Catastrophe Adjusters Convention this February 9th through 13th in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm pretty excited about this event because not only is Little Rock a lot easier to get to for most adjusters, it's also a celebration of 50 years of the premier network and recruiting event for our industry. I bet you didn't even know that independent storm adjusting had been around at least that long. It's going to be a big one, and NACA is pulling out all the stops to make this the best convention yet. Early bird pricing is still available, so now's the time to pick up your tickets at nacaadjuster.org right now. Do not let your career stall out. Find out the #1 way to scale your income as an adjuster in this next video right here.